So I'm getting a lot of reports that Facebook is shutting accounts down left and right. So that brings a couple of things to my mind, that it's just a matter of time before they catch up to everything. They'll shut your Twitter down. They'll shut down they'll shut down YouTube, so we won't be able to do this. And the only issue with that won't affect us directly because we're already on Parler and we're migrating to other platforms. What it will affect is our ability to continue spreading our message. And this is why it's most important. We still have the street teams that need to go forward, but we're not getting the kind of participation that we need. We need to go old school, handing out flyers, going to the districts that are close or blue districts, like Tucson, Arizona, Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. There's a couple of districts in Philadelphia, Detroit, Dallas-Fort Worth, Austin. We can flip districts, and if you'll remember back to 2000, George Bush and Al Gore presidential election. What was that election decided by? How many votes? It was not even one congressional district. It was one precinct within a congressional district that decided that election. It was, I forget the exact number, it was like 500 and some odd votes that decided a presidential election. So don't get the idea that just grabbing a few votes is not going to make any difference. It will. And we can't afford to give up any. We have to dilute the cheating. We have to get as many votes. We have to make it look so obvious when they cheat that that's what's going on. In other words, we have to vote in such numbers, and we have to get so many independents, if there are any left, and so-called moderate Democrats, people who are calling themselves Democrats out of habit and just always have, but are not really Democrats. Get them to vote the right way. Think about this. If I've been a member of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Think about this. The African Methodist Episcopal Church. You go to church with a lot of black or Hispanic people. Those people are not liberal. Those people are not Democrats. They vote Democrat. But they're not Democrats. They don't live like Democrats in any capacity. They're not liberal. They don't live that way. They're very conservative. They do things just like your typical right-winger, but then when they go to the voting booth, they vote Democrat. Those are the people that we need to make contact with. It's not the blue-haired, green-haired, bone in their nose, Antifa, BLM type. It's not those. No, we're not going to fix those people. But there are people out there who don't get the same news we get. They get MSNBC, they get CNN, that's all they watch, if they watch any news at all. Some of them don't even watch the news. They've just been voting Democrat for generations. These people exist. And you can't close your eyes to them. With just a little push, just a little knowledge, we can swing them over to the right side. And that's why we have to go to the ground. That's why we have to keep up our fight, even though we're being shut down. And there's only one way to combat that, and that's to go to the street. And we've got these places in these areas that I mentioned. We've got these places targeted. We've got the flyers there. We have the information is already there. It's already in the hands of the people who are coordinating. We just need people to participate. We need more people to go to these locations. Tucson, Arizona. South of Austin, Texas, near New Braunfels. New Braunfels, the area between San Antonio and Austin. Tarrant County, which is off the west side of Dallas-Fort Worth in Texas. A district near Detroit, a district near Philadelphia, and a district in Wake County, Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. And I'm telling you, if we were able to, if we flip those districts, this is a done deal. This election is a done deal if we flip them. There are 10,000 flyers in each one of those. I'm telling you, 10,000 flyers in each one of those districts can flip an election. And we just need more of you guys to jump in. We're getting shut down. This thing ain't over yet. This election, it is not over. And we can't get complacent. We can't lay down. We can't think, oh, Trump's got this. And even if he did have it, he doesn't have the Senate. We've got to get the senator. He's lamed up. He's not going to do anything. There's only so much he can do with executive orders. If he doesn't have the Senate, he doesn't have the House, he doesn't have one or the other, but particularly the Senate. If he doesn't have it, I'm telling you, his agenda is not going to move forward. And that's dependent on us, people like us, not just us, but there are other groups like us. But we've got to be hands-on. We've got to get out and do this, because our message is getting shut down by Facebook, soon by Twitter. I have no doubt that it's going to happen with Twitter very soon. And we need to go out of our way. I know we've all got jobs. A lot of you guys have kids, have responsibilities, things that you have to do. I understand all that. And I have a job too. I'm a little older. My kids are grown now, so I don't have that to be concerned with. But let me ask you. You know where we're going. You know where we're going. You have to know where we're going with this. And it's not pretty. If the Democrats get their way, it's going to be Antifa all over the country. And they've already said they want to take your house. Watch that video that I put out, the Color Revolution, which has happened already in several countries. People lost their houses, not because they couldn't make the payment, but because somebody came in and ran them out. And you're not going to, you may have all the weaponry in the world. You're not going to keep 100 people out of your house. Or when you go to work and leave your house for the day and come back, there's going to be 100 people in your house. You can't protect your house all the time. We have to be inconvenienced. We're almost there. Don't give up. We've got 1 month. Early voting's already started. We've got to turn as many people as possible. We can't give up. We need people in these areas that I mentioned. We need people to go out of the way. We need people to drive 4 or 5 hours. Just do a day, do a weekend. They're on Saturday and Sunday. If you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, come on, make the trip over to Raleigh-Durham. If you live, if you live in Midland, Texas, yeah, it's a pretty long drive over to DFW or Austin. But it's worth keeping your house, because that's what's going to happen. Property rights are going to be gone. Property rights will be gone if Democrats win. That house is not going to be yours anymore. It's going to be taken away from you. We're headed for straight up communism. We're headed for straight communism where property rights are not going to mean one thing. It's not going to matter. You have all of your belongings taken away from you. Is it worth a drive? Is it worth a 4 or 6 hour drive to swing an election to save your house? That's how important this is. And this is not hyperbole, I'm not exaggerating. This is a fact. And all you have to do, you can watch that video that I sent. It happened. It happened. George Soros made it happen in at least 5 other countries. And he's been working on it here since 2003. He's been working on it really longer than that, but in earnest, he's been working on it here since 2003, and he's almost there. He's almost got it done. This election means that much. We have to go out of our way. We have to do things that we would not normally do. Get on Telegram. Download the Telegram app. Respond to this video in the comment section. Get on the Telegram app. Get on the street team. Make a plan to spend a weekend in the town. Look, that was close. Make a plan to spend a weekend in the town that is nearest to you where we're having one of these street team events. Our president, help the Republic, help him win, help keep the Senate, and help get the House back, and help save the Republic. Peace.